Good morning, Believe Nation. It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe in your potential, and I want to see that great thing that you have inside you explode out into the world and have a big impact. So to help you on your journey, today's message is take risks. Over to you, Sundar Pichai.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
You will have many opportunities to reinvent yourself, and so so I think it's worthwhile taking risks and trying to do something you're really excited by. And if the first attempt you don't do it, you can try again, and things tend to work out in the long run. In Silicon Valley, part of the reason so many people start up a company is starting up a company and even having failed, you can wear it like a badge of honor, right? And I think that's important. Culturally, risk is rewarded. I remember when I started working at Google, if I went and people were discussing ideas, the other people who heard the ideas try to build on those ideas. They encourage you. So it's a culture of optimism. It's a culture of risk taking, and I think that's really important.
So in case you missed it in the video, because I did the first time, he says you will have many opportunities to reinvent yourself. And so you should go out and take the risk and try it. And I really love this message, and it's one that I haven't heard too often, so it's awesome to be able to bring it to the channel. It's so easy to get lost in your current situation. It's so easy to get lost in the present moment and to be stuck and only look at the trees instead of being able to take a step up and see the forest and see a much bigger picture. We get lost in our current environment, in our current world, and that prevents us from making smart decisions. That current world will change so many times. You will have many opportunities to reinvent yourself over the course of your life. My own story, when I was in university, I thought I wanted to be a banker. I thought I wanted to get a job. I was working towards getting a job. I want to be a banker. This is what I want to do. Everything was geared towards that. Life change, right? Sudden shift, meet these entrepreneurs, join this company, and now it's all about the software company and building it up and biotech, and I know nothing about science, I know nothing about software, and I'm young, and I doubt myself, and I have all these limiting beliefs. That was my world. I sold it, and then what? Now, I don't know what I want to do. I end up becoming a venture capitalist, and I'm all in on being a venture capitalist. I'm learning and understanding how to raise capital. I'm not super interested in it once I've learned enough. So I want to help entrepreneurs. How am I going to do that? I don't know. I start by speaking. I go to the website. Now I'm all in on YouTube. YouTube won't be here forever, right? Like YouTube might last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then something else comes along, and that'll be the next shift. And so I think it's easy to get lost in the moment of what our current short-term view of the world is and our life is. But when you have the extra perspective to think of, you know what, like I'm gonna have multiple careers over my life. Like what happens right now is not as important as you think it is, right? It's not like you make one decision here today and that's your life for the rest of your life. Make the decision. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. You will adjust, you will change. Once YouTube dies down, like this is my moment right now, I have to go all in on that before that window closes. But once YouTube shifts, it's okay. I will shift. I will find the next thing. I will adjust, right? I'll have that moment of uncertainty and then I'll find my next thing and go hard on that. And so the lesson from this for me is when you find that thing, you gotta do it. Because if your goal is to be a YouTuber, as an example, if YouTube's not as big in 5 years or 10 years and something else is all the rage, like you missed your chance. You won't be a YouTuber forever. Things will change. So when you have that idea, when you have that spark, when you want to try to do something, instead of sitting on the sidelines and watching somebody else get rich off your idea and kicking yourself and saying, I should have done that. Like I had it all lined up, right? I had the idea, I had the talent, I had the ability, I just didn't believe in myself, I didn't take enough action. Instead of just sitting on the sidelines and being that person, do something. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. Because you'll have multiple opportunities in the future to continue to reinvent yourself. This one idea is not your forever idea. So just give it a shot and see if it works out instead of living the rest of your life wondering what if. So the question today is, I'm curious, I want to add a little bit of pain to your life right now to help you move forward in a positive direction. If you don't take massive action right now, this idea that you have inside your head, if you don't take massive action right now to push through and make it happen, what's the biggest regret you're going to have in 10, 20, 30 years as you look back on your life to know you could have done more and you didn't? What's that regret? Let it fuel you. Share in the comments below, and let's make sure that that never happens. I also want to give a quick shout out to Carol Ruan. Thank you so much for picking up a copy of my book, Your One Word. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoyed the book. So thank you guys again for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of Espresso.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
What's the biggest risk you've taken that you feel has paid off?
The biggest risk I've taken that has paid off, I would have to say Cookie. I mean, I was very nervous when I received the script. She wasn't the most likable character, and I've played some pretty edgy characters, but this one was particularly a challenge because it was primetime network television, and I wasn't sure how people would receive her. I mean, she beat her son with a broom, even though he deserved it. She called one son a faggot. I mean, it was scary, but I'm the type of artist that if the role doesn't scare me, I don't want it, because it's not going to change me as a person. So I took a risk, and that's what you do as artists. You jump in feet first, and you see where it goes. And I knew that we had something special. I don't just jump feet first for any project. I knew this was something special. I knew that what Fox was trying to do with Lee Daniels and Danny Strong were trying to do, and what I was trying to do was shake up television. It's too safe. You know, life is not safe. And I think we did that with this show. So I'm so proud to be a part of this project, and I'm so proud that Fox believed in us and took a chance, because that's what art is about, isn't it? Taking chances, taking risks.
Are you a risk taker? Successful people are, but not just random haphazard like I'm driving drunk without my seatbelt type of risk. I'm talking about calculated risks. You weigh the options, you weigh the potential outcome, both good and bad, and you make the best decision possible. But guys, I'm here to tell you that you are never ultimately going to be successful unless you're willing to put yourself out there. Having the ability or the willingness to potentially fail is an absolute benefit. And sometimes these calculated risks, even though you thought about them, sometimes they just don't work out. And you know what successful people do? It's all right. I learned something. I know what not to do next time. And you make another calculated risk. Guys, nothing great was ever achieved because it was easy.
How would you describe the place the band was in going into the recordings for the new album, Hunting Party?
Well, I think that we had comfortably gone way out of where anyone who even was close to the band would think we would go. I think it's been kind of fun to go somewhere creatively, and then people think they have you pegged, and then you go somewhere else, and then they freak out about it, and then they kind of get used to it, and then they appreciate it, and then they think they have you pegged, and then you freaking go even crazier.
But you've always done that. You've always wanted
it's this
to
thing where it's
surprise.
Yeah, it's scary because when we do it, we know we're doing it, and we know what that means to the people who have expectations. And it's scary sometimes to put a record out going, we like it, which is the most important part. That's the most important thing for us. We all have to check off on everything, which also is a very interesting process, and it's something that we've gotten better at over time. But I think it's really the reason why we laugh about it is because we haven't gotten rid of the process, because it is the best way to include everyone in the band all the time throughout the whole process, to make sure that when we put a record out, someone's not going, what? That song made it? Or I didn't, why didn't anybody tell me? So it's one of those things where, we've learned how to take risks, be confident about it, because we know that if we all like it, then we can stand behind it even if everybody else says they don't, which would be shocking.
Well, let me give you the one-word secret to happiness. One word. This is all you need to be happy.
It's the most important word ever.
If you had to think of one word that's most important to you, or that sums you up, or that would be kind of like a little beacon.
If you want another amazing video highlighting excellence in the Indian community, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.